Aries, welcome to your September He Said, She Said reading. Thanks for joining us. My name's Michelle.
My name's Richard.
Let's get started with your reading. Aries, a couple of cards. From the Victorian Gothic Oracle, you have this card which speaks of confidence. It's very much an energy of someone who can multitask, who's learned a lot in the last few years, and is ready to step up to the next level. The reason why I say that is because you also have, from the Magic of You Oracle, the card of doable. And this speaks about the keys, the getting of wisdom. So the key being within your grasp. So it tells me that you have, it feels to me like magician energy. It feels like you have the skills, the talents, the abilities to move up to the next level of success in whatever you're wishing to achieve here, Aries. Now, Richard has pulled a card from Le Vampire.
It's a card of enlightenment, and it's about that light bulb moment, so I'm not sure who's having that, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with.
So let's see where this goes, Aries. Either side can resonate, of course. As I'm shuffling here, I just wanted to let you know about our channel memberships. With the channel memberships, you can click on the join button below for more information, or even in the box, it also has the information as well. But what it is there's several tiers. The best tier at the moment is the $4.99 tier, and with that one you can join and get early access to all the YouTube readings, including the He Said, She Said readings, about a week or so out, and you also get all the readings at once, so you don't have to wait for your sign. So that's a really great way to support the channel. I hope you check it out. Okay, let's get started with the reading. At the bottom of the deck for you, I've got the 6 swords, and I feel it's there's movement after some kind of ending.
And I've got the 2 of Wands, but it's in the reverse.
So let's see, guys. We'll cut these cards. Whoa, slippery. We'll cut these cards, and let's get started. We'll start with the status of this relationship, how you are viewing the other person. What are the strengths, the challenges, advice on what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what's hidden or unexpected, and the potential outcome.
Okay, status of the relationship, how this person is viewing you, Aries, as strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, what's hidden for this person, and the outcome if nothing changes.
We have the moon in the reverse. So I'm feeling it with this card. When you think of the moon, it feels to me like coming out of a darker time. It feels like clarity, and it feels like you're conquering fears. It seems like, Aries, you've gone through a time in the recent past where you've really been, I feel, stuck. You've been really questioning what to do next, where to go, who to go with. But I feel just recently, or even just now, you're starting to come out of that, and it's like you're receiving support from the universe. It feels like a hand, but it feels like a hand up out of something.
Perhaps a light bulb moment?
It could be that, yeah.
All right. So, let's here. 5 of Wands. That's what the status of the relationship is. So there's a lot of conflict here. But it could be the kind of conflict that we need, the kind of conflict that gets us off our rear ends and gets us doing something. Yeah,
competition, right? It can, sometimes if we don't feel like we can compete, we tend to shy away. But if we can conquer those fears, those doubts about ourselves, and realize that we are enough, right? We're more than enough. And this card can be about remembering that we are enough, especially when it comes to competing on a wider scale.
That's right.
Now, when it comes to how you are viewing this other person, I've got the 2 of Swords. I feel that here it's about procrastination. I think that you've known something about this other person, but yet you haven't acted upon it. It's like you've, deep down, intuitively, you've picked something up. You know something intuitively about this person, but you've kept it to yourself. It feels hidden. It feels like you've kept it deep within and haven't acted upon it. Why? Out of fear. Whatever this is, it feels like you've held yourself back or kept yourself from acting, whether it's towards a person or whether it's towards a career, whatever this is, out of out of fear, not knowing what to do with emotions. It's kind of like someone who's blocking off their emotions, closing themselves off to those deeper feelings about a person or about a situation.
Okay, looking over here, how does person's viewing you? We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So they're viewing you as somebody who's escaping from something. It could be after having that light bulb moment. Maybe you're both having a light bulb moment. But I sense a change in your relationship, Aries, and I think the change is happening on both sides. Okay,
let's see what the strengths are here. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse as a strength. It's interesting because this is a card which speaks about acting from emotion, pure emotion without thought. This is holding back from emotions. This is saying, you know what, I'm not even going to think, I'm just going to do. So it feels to me like what's needed here is more acting from that emotional place, from that intuitive level, rather than the overthinking. Because what happens when we overthink something? If we become so bogged down with the thoughts, we don't ever act, do we? Because a lot of our thoughts are restrictive. And I feel that Eight of Swords in reverse there can be speaking about someone who needs to free themselves from thought, from overthinking, too much analysis, and just do. Just do.
Yeah, with that Queen of Swords in the reverse, I also wonder if there has been bitterness, cynicism. There have been real problems in the past, and now it's acting from that place, but in a good way.
What happens when we get to a place of bitterness and disappointment, right? It's because we've experienced some kind of painful event. And I do think that you've gone through a period here, Aries, where you've been dealing with some difficult endings in your life. And it feels to me like that's led you to a place of just believing the worst, Fears can bog us down. Fears of things happening again, things of repeating, things like rejection, things like having something that we want and then having it disappear. All of those kinds of disappointments can lead us to that place.
I think in the description of one of those cards, you were talking about lessons.
Yeah.
And you were saying some of the lessons we wanted, some of the lessons we didn't want. But they're still lessons, and they still have something to teach us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, these are the lessons we didn't want.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So the Star in reverse as a strength. Well, there's a couple of ways of looking at that. The Star in reverse could be about not looking for that grass is greener kind of energy, not looking for something better, and which can be a strength if staying where you are is of benefit to you. But it's also very similar to this kind of Queen of Swords in reverse energy as well. That coming from that place of before you go up, where have you got to be? You've got to hit rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
So I see the Star in reverse as being rock bottom as well.
Yeah, it's turning it into power. It's turning those moments of disappointment and pain into power, using that as a force. Whenever we've been knocked back in love or in even career, instead of getting bogged down in I've been knocked back, that's never going to happen for me, it's turning it around and using that as fuel to say, you know what, no, I'm not going to turn cynical, I'm not going to get into that jaded place, and turn that energy around into power. Using that power. It's all about the lesson, isn't it? Like Richard was saying there with that Queen of Swords in reverse. The weakness is the Five of Cups. So yeah, it's exactly what we were just talking about. Dealing with pain. As someone who gets stuck in the past pain without looking up at this rainbow here. It feels to me like a bridge. If you look at the rainbow here, it's the rainbow is coming out of these two pots or cauldrons behind this figure. In front are the cauldrons which have spilled. There's blood coming out of it, so there's pain involved with that. But behind this figure is these two cauldrons that are filled with water, and what's coming out of that is the rainbow. So this is about good fortune. Good fortune just being around the corner, as long as we don't get bogged down in believing that we're stuck in this cycle where things aren't going well for us.
This is a Celtic tarot, so you can imagine it like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so looking over here at weaknesses, we have the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, that's a feeling or a sense that you can't do it on your own, that you're not enough, right? That is the card of not being enough when it's in the reverse.
Yeah.
And this whole reading, the theme of it is going to be, based on the oracles and everything we've seen so far, is that you are enough. Even if you don't really believe it, you are enough. And this is the weakness, is thinking that you're not.
Advice on what to do, we've got the card of rebirth. I love that. It's the card of judgment. So this is about, if you're getting to a place here, Aries, where you feel like you've been knocked down, it's about coming to the end of that cycle. Now, I had the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which speaks to me about transition. So I feel like you're transitioning from one state or one cycle to the next. So you're closing out this old cycle, moving into this new cycle, which is going to be a lot more, I feel a lot more joyful for you. On the horizon here is this sun is coming up, the pathway here. But what's blocking this rebirth? It feels like some kind of barrier. Whatever that barrier is, I feel it's this holding on to the past, holding on to cynicism related to the past. That's what's blocking this rebirth.
Okay, so looking over here, we have the 8 of Cups as what this person should do. It's about leaving stuff behind. I see a lot of very similar energy.
Yeah, I feel like they're both you, or they could be two people that are mirroring each other.
Yeah, they're going through the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
But we see a lot of the same kinds of energies. I see a lot of the rebirth in this 8 of Cups as well. It's by leaving what doesn't serve you behind.
Yeah.
That you end up getting this rebirth, and it's through this enlightenment, this epiphany.
Right.
And on the other side of the reading, we talk about enlightenment, but we also talk about what you do with it. Actually doing something with it. It's one thing to have that light bulb moment. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, that's right. It's all how we deal with challenge, right, Richard? We can let challenge hold us back if we stay here and just focus on a challenging environment, or we can use it as fuel, as power, to become more assertive, confident. What not to do? We've got the Page of Swords. Well, this is about holding back, not trying, because you may have tried before, Aries, and had it fail or had something go wrong. If you stay in that place, then you don't try again. You don't feel like you can ever step up to the plate. You have to believe. Maybe you weren't ready before. Maybe it was the wrong time. Maybe it was the wrong circumstance. But that doesn't mean that it isn't right now. I think that you really have to tap into that intuitive place, that gut feeling that seems to be not being acted upon right now, to know when it's your time to act, to know when it's right, to drop that barrier and say, you know what, I'm going to go for this because it feels like it's something I need to do. Okay,
so looking over here, what shouldn't be done? The 5 of Swords. I see that as being that place of bitterness, that place of negative competition. Sometimes competition is good. It can spur us on to greater achievement, to greater heights. But there's the other kind of competition as well, where the aim is to make somebody feel bad or to have a winner and a loser, when it doesn't have to be that way. Life in general doesn't have to be about winners and losers. Sometimes we can act from a place that allows for a win-win situation.
Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? It feels very much like a situation where someone feels feels like they need to be showing some kind of force to get what they want, but by showing that force they actually lose. You know, it's all what kind of force we use.
How we use that power.
How we use that power, yeah. What's hidden here? We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. It feels like a grounded place. It feels like coming from a strong foundation. The thing is, you've learned a lot over the last few years. You know, you've gained the wisdom, you've gained the knowledge from going through some difficult times, and this is the result. It's like Spirit is handing you this Ace of Pentacles, saying, okay, this is your reward. What are you going to do with it, Aries?
Okay, let's look at what's hidden over on this side. We have the Strength card in the reverse. You know, that's that feeling of not being able to do what you need to do. Yeah, and yeah, that's what's hidden. It's
this is someone who's trying to show their strength, but in a weak way, by showing force, trying to conquer, trying to win at all costs. But it's actually coming from a place of feeling very insecure and weak.
Yeah, I prefer the energy on your side, Aries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with Michelle, what she's saying about this. So it's someone who's trying to compete.
Yeah.
They see you acting with strength, acting with integrity, acting it from a place of, yes, you've been through pain, but now you're getting out of that pain, but you're doing so in a way that is actually constructive.
And this person may be trying to control you because they see you going ahead of them. You know, when you're growing more than them. I feel that this person is trying to stop that, prevent it, by being hurtful in some way, possibly with words. Yeah,
it's like the crabs in the bucket, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, and you know, if you've ever seen crabs in a bucket, you see what happens is a crab tries to get out of a bucket, and what happens? You get another crab coming down, grabbing the crab that's trying to get out and pulling them back into the bucket.
That's what it is.
I have a feeling that that's what we're dealing with here as well.
Yeah, you're highly involved here. You've been through difficult times, you've experienced it, but you're using it in a way which is confident. I get that, rather than, and this person doesn't seem to like it. They don't like your confidence. They don't like your strength. And so what do? They're trying to drag you back down to their level, I feel, Aries. The outcome for you is the Four of Cups in reverse. You know what? I see this as you opening up when it comes to your emotions. I think you'll still care for this person. You'll still show this person how you feel, but you understand. I feel you understand where this business is coming from, what they're doing here, why they're doing it. It's got really nothing to do with you as a person, Aries. It's all about how insecure that person is feeling.
Yeah, yes, it's magnanimity is what I get from you. You know, somebody who regardless of what this person is doing, is acting from a higher place. Yeah. Okay, let's look over here at the outcome. Oh, look at that, the Seven of Swords. Yes. You know, that's the thing. This person here, they see you changing. They see you growing. And I see this as them acting out.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. But the thing is, this person is their own worst enemy. They're kind of screwing themselves over. They think they're screwing you over. They're not. They're screwing themselves over. Yeah,
the Eight of Cups here now, I could see that as being more about leaving this kind of attitude. Yeah, this is what they should be doing. And this is in their own best interest. This is not what's for the higher good. It's what's in their best interest, is to move on from this mode of operation that they're dealing with over here.
They see you as someone who's strong, confident, possibly out of their league. And what do? They want you, or they want to be around you, or they want what you have. So what do? They try to manipulate, they try to control, but the thing is, you are better than them. But not how they think.
No.
It's more about you could see through this. Yeah. You could see through this behavior for it's very low vibrational energy that I'm picking up around this person. And you know what? I think that you're just letting this, it seems like you're wanting to escape this person or get away from them.
But they see this person you're dealing with, Aries, they see you freeing yourself from past pain.
Yeah.
The thing is that they've always benefited from you being in a place of pain. And that's what I see with the star in reverse as well. That's their strength.
Yeah.
Is seeing you in pain.
Yeah.
And that's not a great situation.
No. We could be talking about someone who's very narcissistic, or no, that's always that both of those energies to me speak of someone who's trying to control another in a very manipulative way through the mind, mind games.
That's right.
So I think here, Aries, well, we've got a lot to talk about in the extended, so I hope that you join us there if this one's resonating. The link is down below in the descriptions box. And that will be about another 25 to 30 minute reading. We'll be clarifying, we'll be doing Lenormand readings as well as pulling some more oracles for the future energy around this. So please do join us there if this one's resonating with you, Aries. If you would like a personal reading, you can email gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. If this one doesn't resonate, please be sure to check out our Soul for Repair playlist. The link is here on the screen or just down below. And that way you can check out more readings that are done in this he said, she said style, but they're not sign or time dependent.
We've got more than 50 of them now.
So rock on there. We're putting up new ones all the time as well. And don't forget about the channel memberships, guys. Please do press that thumbs up button. It means a lot to us. Leave us a comment as well. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're a newcomer, please do subscribe. We'd love to have you part of the team. Wishing you the best here, Aries. We'll see you in part 2, or we'll speak to you again very soon.
Thanks, Aries. Goodbye and good luck.